This video is very specific to Canada. Once you have acquired your Canadian citizenship, you have to surrender your India passport. This is how the surrendered passport looks like. It will have these punched hole on the passport and you will get a surrender certificate along with this. If you want to apply for the Overseas Citizen of India card, this surrender certificate is a mandatory document. Surrendering passport is a two-step process. First, you do the application on this website. I made a detailed video on this entire surrender passport process, including money saving tips. By following this, you will be able to do your application without any error. Still, you have any question, write your question with a timestamp. For example, at 8 minutes 10 seconds, you have a question, you make the timestamp and then write your question. I will surely respond. Once you submit the application, you take the printout and then you have this agency BLS International in Canada who will receive this application form printed along with other documents and fee. Once you submit to them, the process will take 4 to 6 weeks for you to get the surrender certificate from the time you do the submission. If it is physical, it will take 4 to 6 weeks. If it is by post, then the postal timeline you will have to factor for the surrender. So typical time is 4 to 6 weeks. I made a detailed video on what process you need to follow with BLS. BLS on their website have an appointment section, but one thing strange what I find is when I select any location and service type, if I'm going for OCI, there are no appointment date available. However, if I'm selecting premium launch service, appointment gets shown like this. And then if I'm selecting passport, I can see some slots available in now. So this is something strange. If you have time and patience to book appointment here, you can do that. Otherwise, you can also do a walk-in to BLS center. If you're doing a walk-in, I've been getting a lot of messages on my YouTube that many of you, even for small mistake, have to do your application again and you get charged premium launch service. To make sure that your application is error-free, do following things. First, always call up this helpline number. You may have to wait for 10 to 15 minutes. When you come on the helpline, make a note of the person with whom you're speaking, what time you're speaking, and ask your specific question to the application. This way, you ensure that whatever application you're carrying to BLS center, you have verified that you have filled the application correctly. Again, when you're there in BLS office, if you're doing a walk-in, make sure you have the name of the person with whom you're doing your application process. One, secondly, counter where they are, and third, the time of the day when you're interacting with them. This will help you if you need to escalate anything with the BLS management. Fully, you don't have to go through this and your application goes smoothly. Few things I wanted to highlight to you is that the courier services are not mandatory. The to and fro courier service is not mandatory. You can pick up your document from the BLS office. This clarification has come from the CGI Toronto themselves. I'm sharing on the screen. Once I got this information and I called BLS, they confirmed that they keep a window on every day between Monday to Friday, 3 to 4:30 when you can pick up the document from the BLS center. This was one update. In case you have any concern, this is their escalation matrix, BLS. Everything is given here. So you can reach to them to escalate any issue you face. And then this is the CGI website where you have the email IDs mentioned where you can escalate in case you need to. Any transaction you do at BLS, always insist on this detailed breakdown, what you are being charged for. So every time I deal with BLS, I ask for this breakdown and this is how I find where I have been charged in excess. Every single time I have done transaction with BLS, they charge me extra and then they also refunded back once I escalated to BLS management. So you can see here, they initiated refund and also acknowledged that the staff was new and there was some error from their end. And then in another instance, you can see that they had a technical glitch due to which this value added service was automatically added. So by following these things like calling BLS and then when you do a walk-in, making sure you take down detail of the person, you will not end up spending money either on launch or anything extra because you have validated what you're paying for. I hope you find this useful. Do share with friends who are going through this process, be it surrender certificate or OCI. Just by following these steps, you will ensure you have a peace of mind and you don't end up spending money out of your pocket more.